Breaking tonight at 11 o'clock. Right now, IMPD is investigating a deadly crash involving a pedestrian and an Indigo bus. All of this unfolding around 9 o'clock tonight near 38th and Post. Police tell us they found a woman lying in the street. She died at the hospital. Tonight, police tell us the woman ran into the side of that bus near a bus stop. And our other top story tonight at 11, the end of the 2026 Indiana legislative session. State lawmakers wrapped up their work just a few hours ago. Our State House reporter Emily Longnecker is here with us tonight to show us what crossed the finish line to become law.
Well, let's not forget how this session started earlier than normal when lawmakers came here in December to deal with redistricting, which ultimately failed. When they came back to this building in January, they turned their focus to other issues like affordability, immigration, and education. The leading bill for House Republicans dealt with the cost of housing. To start, House Bill 1001 included several clauses to loosen building regulations as a way to make it easier to build new housing and increase supply. Almost all of that language got watered down after pushback from local governments, and many changes became voluntary. Another House priority bill dealt with utility costs and slowing down how fast those costs are growing. House Bill 1002 creates plans for customers who need assistance to spread their bills out over the year. It also adds heat emergencies to the times when power companies cannot cut service. Right now, that's only during the winter. Republicans chalked these up to two of their biggest successes.
I think we went straight to affordability. We wanted to make sure we made progress on the housing. I think driving down, as we work towards driving down utility costs, so I think all those are huge issues for us.
Democrats said legislation on utilities brought more accountability, but could have gone farther. They said the same thing with the bill on housing.
So when it comes to housing, we were able to make a little bit of progress, but not a real deep dent in housing accessibility in 1001. That bill sort of came in like a lion and left like a lamb. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. It ended up being just sort of a shadow of itself.
Immigration was at the center of some of the biggest fights this session, touching several bills. Senate Bill 1 focused on restricting welfare access. Republicans claimed that people in the U.S. illegally were using those programs. Democrats said there was no evidence that was a problem. Even more contentious, a bill requiring all local governments to cooperate with immigration enforcement. Indiana police are already required to help federal immigration agents, but Senate Bill 76 extends that to city and town governments and even schools. When it comes to education, a bill in the House slashed a lot of rules and requirements for schools. Lawmakers also passed a blanket ban on cell phones anywhere in school during the school day. Previously, that ban only included class time. Lawmakers also created a new board to oversee public and charter school buildings in IPS. And let's not forget about Senate Bill 27. That's that bill that creates a way to build a stadium in Northwest Indiana in a push to bring the Chicago Bears here. That bill has already been signed into law by Governor Braun. At the Indiana State House, Emily Longnecker, 13 News.
Tonight at 11, the family of Haley Busby is celebrating the passage of two bills inspired by the Haley's Law petition after the 17-year-old's disappearance and death. Both of these bills include language meant to protect other Indiana kids from becoming victims. One part expands Indiana's alert system, another increases social media restrictions to protect children from online predators. In a social media post today, Haley's dad said in part, "Throughout this devastating tragedy, we have seen such powerful love, strength, and support, which reminds us all that love and courage are still very much alive, and we do control our children's future." Now, we have a special end-of-session Crossroads Politics next week to catch you up on everything that happened during this session at the State House. You can stream that right now on WTHR Plus, Monday night at 7 o'clock. Rob?
Well, after a 60-something day, depending on where you were, we're still pretty mild this evening. Temperatures are still into the 50s for much of the city, although there are a few locations that are cooling down into the 40s. We still have some winds out of the south and southwest, but I do think we're going to cool down a bit overnight. We'll end up in the 30s for tomorrow. Some of the sunshine we saw today will continue in the early part of tomorrow, but the clouds will thicken up, and there is a chance for some showers as we get into the late afternoon and evening. I'll talk more about the timing of this rain and when the temperatures really drop coming up.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit, Rob. Thanks. Calls to stop the Leap District from using water from Eagle Creek Reservoir are growing louder. Tonight, our Alex Almanza is at a protest where neighbors are now holding up signs and raising their voices.
Eagle Creek Park is getting loud for a change.
Get their attention. That's the best we can do.
Protesters against the proposal to divert reservoir water to the LEAP Innovation District in Boone County. Residents say they're concerned about plans to send up to 25 million gallons a day to LEAP, drawn from multiple sites. Eagle Creek is one of them, with a possible daily withdrawal of up to 13 million gallons.
This isn't the right way to handle our water, and they need to make some better choices, thinking about the longevity of our community.
Well, the conversation has been centered around the amount of water that's being drawn from Eagle Creek into the LEAP district. Neighbors say their biggest concern is the wastewater that's being pumped back here into the reservoir. Environmental advocates say that's a cause for concern, particularly on contaminants.
Lebanon Utilities is handling the wastewater and says water that goes back is treated and regulated under federal law. As Citizens Energy continues to hold in-person information sessions on the project, neighbors say they aren't lowering their voices anytime soon.
Just the message that there is an issue and we need our community to step up and speak out against this, and we're continuing to raise awareness by doing this today.
In Indianapolis, Alex Almanza, 13 News.